Morning everyone, and welcome to today's trading analysis on the 12th of August. And interesting how Bitcoin is just grinding higher and the markets are actually looking pretty positive at the moment. Even though the Fed was raising their rates, it looks like with the lower inflation numbers on the core inflation, the market is really starting to move upwards. So jumping right into the Bitcoin chart, as you know that we have broken the 21 moving average in December, came back to retest it in March, and then since then we haven't even been close to the 21 moving average. So estimating that we can come back to retest the 21 moving average, which now sits at $28,000, is definitely on the cards. You can see this has always been my analysis for a while now. I'm just going to adjust this. Even though the timing seems to be pretty spot on, I do think that we might have another week or two of upside. So just to do that, to make it a little bit more comfortable, but it doesn't really change my longer term outlook that we still might have another leg down. If Bitcoin goes and it breaks above the 21 moving average, that certainly will change the outlook completely. But for now, we should just expect a rejection in this area, which is about $28,000. On the daily scale, you can see that we formed this flag, broke down, and are now forming another flag. And we are still in this flag, so we are not out of the woods yet. Some people are noticing the drop in volume, which is also terrible. So looking at that, the chances of a breakdown is still very high. The funding rate unfortunately has nothing for us at the moment. As you can see, it's just there are definitely more longs than shorts. There's definitely a little bit of a short liquidation bias. You can see that XRP is actually setting up quite nicely. You can see that it looks like it's sort of hammering this area here, the previous resistance, and it's coiling up, maybe to break up onto the 21 moving average. On the daily scale, it looks a little bit more clear, and you can see that we are clearly making higher lows, coiling up to this area. And let's hope that XRP can follow the likes of Bitcoin and Ethereum on their bull runs. The US dollar, looking at the longer term chart, this is all the way from March 2020. This is when they started printing the dollar, and you can see that the dollar was weakening. This is when they ended and started to raise rates. A retest back to this area certainly wouldn't be anything funny. You can see this is just forming a high, a low, a high, a low, and possibly retesting this high. If we can break down here and the US dollar weakens a little bit, comes maybe down to the previous levels, these levels 102, that might just give crypto and the stock market the push it needs to get up to the $28,000 area. The S&P is actually looking pretty healthy at the moment. It came back to retest the 21 moving average and actually traded a whole week above it, and now is completely above the 21 moving average. The cycles we're expecting a weak low this week, and it's actually going up. That means it's breaking the cycles, and potentially we should on the next cycle low possibly see an even higher low. This analysis is starting to look like it might not play out, but from next week onwards we are looking at a new cycle, which is an upward cycle. So all in all, looking at this, the analysis still stays the same. A retest of the 21 moving average could be a good area to start liquidating your positions if you've gone long in this area below. I'm currently in a 70% of my crypto position, so I am in trying to take advantage of this. But I can tell you guys that I will definitely liquidate very fast if things go the other direction, because looking at this, I think this flag is still definitely something that we need to be wary of. And the target of $14,000 or even $12,000 is still definitely something that can happen very quickly. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe, and let's see you on the next one.